Everyone is screaming SEO is dead. AI killed it. While my clients are ranking #1 in 30 days instead of 6 months. Now the truth is, people have been saying SEO is dead since 2011, probably since 1999 when Google first came out. And they're wrong again. After building my SEO agency to 7 figures and helping hundreds of entrepreneurs grow their own agencies, I can tell you, while competitors cry about being disrupted, my clients are ranking #1 using the same AI tools that everyone's afraid of. So in this video, I'm going to show you 3 core things. First, data, proving that Google still drives 100 times more traffic than ChatGPT. 2, an automated tool that replaces what agencies charge thousands for. And 3, the 2 specific prompts I use to test AI recommendations the right way, without ChatGPT's personalization screwing up your results. But first, let me tell you about the billion-dollar mistake that every agency is making right now, and the simple test that exposed everything. Everyone thinks that AI is magic, this mysterious force that somehow knows what businesses to recommend. But like any good magic trick, once you see how it's done, you'll realize there's no magic at all. And what I discovered will completely change how you think about client retention. Because when you can show results this fast, clients stop questioning your invoices. And honestly, they start begging you to take their money. So after watching SEO gurus panic for months about their industry dying, I've decided to stop believing the illusion and start testing where ChatGPT actually gets its information. So I spent 3 weeks running the same test across 50 different cities. What I found made every AI killed SEO expert look like they've never actually used the tools that they're afraid of. So I ran this simple test that honestly exposed everything. I asked ChatGPT to recommend local businesses in different cities. Then I compared those recommendations to Google's top results. And guess what? Almost every single business ChatGPT recommended was already ranking in Google's top 3. So here's why that matters. Google spent 25 years trying to solve one problem, and one problem only: how to decide if a third-party website is trustworthy based only on information available online. And ChatGPT, same exact problem, same exact goal. They both want to keep users on their platform by giving them trustworthy recommendations. But here's the part that changes everything, and why that automated tool I mentioned is about to become your secret weapon. So look, everyone is acting like ChatGPT is this new Google killer. But let me put this in perspective. Remember when everyone said Alexa voice search would kill typing? 5 years ago, all these experts swore that we'd all be talking to our phones and Alexa will be getting information instead of typing away on Google. Yet, here we are, still typing away. So let me show you some numbers that'll make you question everything you've heard about AI taking over from Google. So we'll look at April 2025 data. It's a few months ago, but it's the most recent month we have. Now in that month, ChatGPT sent about 300 million total clicks to the internet away from ChatGPT. And that sounds huge, right? But 83% of those went to publishers. That leaves about 20 million clicks for local businesses globally in 1 month. Meanwhile, Google sends local businesses over 3 billion visits every single month. And that's not even counting the 2 billion calls and direction requests that we really can't measure. That's like comparing a fire hose to a little garden sprinkler. So last month, I'm reviewing client reports and I see something weird. My HVAC client, he has 3 locations in South Florida, solid local rankings, and they get this massive $8,000 install. Now the customer was 90 minutes away from the nearest GBP. And this of course made no sense. Google would never rank a GBP that far away. So I called him and asked, how did this customer find you? And his answer floored me. ChatGPT recommended us. So that's $8,000 from one ChatGPT recommendation from a customer Google would never send. While other agencies are panicking about AI killing their business, my client just made a down payment on his wife's new car with AI recommendation money. Now, ChatGPT accounts for just 1.2% of organic visits. And yes, it is growing fast. It was 0.5% as recently as last September. But even if it somehow kept doubling every few months, which would make it 100 times bigger than it is today, we're still talking years before it even catches up to Google. And Google itself, it's not exactly sitting still. Google's search volume is still growing. Many users are searching on Google and searching on ChatGPT. So ChatGPT is becoming a supplement, not necessarily a replacement. So while a lot of agencies are abandoning their biggest revenue source, the smart ones, are capturing everything they're leaving behind. And the problem? 90% of agencies trying this are actually making it worse for their clients, and frankly, they have no idea. So one of the biggest factors driving a ChatGPT recommendation is honestly your rank position on Google. But there's more subtlety to getting that ChatGPT recommendation than just ranking on Google. And this is where the SEO is dead agencies are completely screwing it up. ChatGPT does not care about backlinks, domain rating, or page speed like Google does. ChatGPT is looking for mentions, not for links. And this is where that automated tool I've mentioned becomes critical. But first, let me show you just how backwards some agencies have this. And this kept bugging me for weeks. I had a client with a perfect website, WordPress, blazing fast, domain rating of 60, crushing it on Google. But when I tested ChatGPT recommendations, nothing. Never recommended him once. Meanwhile, I'm watching their competitor, and this guy's website's trash. Looked like it was built in 2005, but ChatGPT recommended this business constantly. And I spent a week trying to figure out what the hell was going on. And then it hit me. That competitor was mentioned everywhere. Bing for Business, Apple Maps, Instagram, Yellow Pages, BBB, car navigation systems, voice assistants, places I had never even heard of before. So see, a perfectly optimized website means nothing if no one is talking about you online. And while agencies continue to obsess over core web vitals and technical SEO, their clients are getting zero AI recommendations because they're invisible where it matters. So here's the kicker. That automated tool, it's called LeadSnap, and it has API connections to all of these major platforms. It automatically copies everything from your Google business profile over to Bing, Apple Maps, Waze, BMW navigation, Audi systems, Ford Sync, platforms that local businesses don't even know exist. Now, I have an affiliate link in the description. It's going to extend the free trial and get you half off for the first 3 months so you can try it yourself. But one thing to keep in mind, ChatGPT uses Bing, not Google. It's all that sweet Microsoft money. Though OpenAI and Microsoft are kind of fighting now, so we'll see how long that lasts. Anyhow, not important. LeadSnap makes an exact copy of your GBP on Bing for Business, easily and automatically. You don't need to deal with jumping through verification hoops like you normally would if trying to create one. So let me actually just show you very quickly how easily this is to create. All right, so here we go. This is the back end of LeadSnap, a bunch of the GBPs that we have connected. So I'm going to go ahead and choose this one. And once we click on it, we're going to get this overall details about that GBP location. And what we're going to do is we're going to come over and hit citations and business details. That'll show me this here. Now, all you're going to have to do is look at this information here. This was pulled from the GBP. You're going to want to make sure that this is all accurate. Service areas, categories, services, phone number, all of this is completely accurate and consistent with the GBP. Just double check it. Anything that's missing, go ahead and fill it in. Then you're going to hit this toggle switch. That's it. And once you do that, you're going to be able to come into here, and if we hit listings, we're going to be able to see that we have 51 listings, 18 live, 20 been submitted, and 13 are updating. And we can see the listings: Apple Maps, Bing, Google, Siri, Alexa, Cortana, Instagram, Foursquare. I mean, these are high quality citations that are very, very difficult to get without this type of system. Most of these require a verification, and man, what a pain to do. But all you have to do with LeadSnap is hit this one toggle switch. So being able to get those mentions is huge. But there's one critical thing AI desperately needs that most local business websites I look at are missing. And when I show this to you, you're going to understand why some businesses get recommended constantly while others are getting ignored. A lot of SEO experts are out there arguing about keyword density. They're obsessing over domain rating, which, by the way, is completely worthless for local SEO. And they're missing how AI actually reads websites. And this mistake is costing them thousands in lost recommendations. So think about it like this. Have you ever tried moving without labeling your moving boxes? You could, but what a nightmare that would be. You'd be digging through box after box trying to find your coffee maker while your kitchen stuff is scattered across 20 other different boxes. So think of schema as the label on the box for AI. It tells AI exactly what's inside without AI having to guess or having to crawl the site. And most websites, especially local business websites, they're shipping unlabeled boxes. So here's a perfect example that will show you why this status matters so much. Last week, I was digging into why two plumbers in the same city were getting completely different ChatGPT results. I pulled up their schema and immediately saw the problem. The first one had this listed for emergency services. We offer professional emergency plumbing services 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Yeah, that sounds pretty good, right? Very professional, sure. But nobody asks ChatGPT for professional emergency plumbing services. They're going to type in "my pipe burst" or "find a plumber near me right now." And the second plumber, their schema said, "We fix burst pipes, leaks, and clogs 24/7, usually within the hour." Guess which one ChatGPT is going to recommend when someone's basement is flooding at midnight? So what does this teach us about getting AI recommendations? Write schema the way ChatGPT users actually ask their questions, not how SEO agencies think users ask their questions. Match the panic, match the language, match the urgency. ChatGPT is math, right? It's impressive, it's complicated, but it's still math. There's no real intelligence happening with ChatGPT. So once you learn how to speak AI's language, the mistake that makes all of this worthless is probably something that you're still doing right now. Most people test ChatGPT recommendations completely wrong, and they end up thinking they're winning when they're actually losing. So I'm about to show you why everything you think you know about your ChatGPT performance is probably dead wrong. So here's what everyone does. They open ChatGPT and they'll type in "recommend a plumber in Fort Wayne, Indiana." They see their business is listed and then they celebrate. But that's like checking your Google rankings while logged into your own website. You're going to get biased results. ChatGPT personalizes everything. Your location, your search history, your chat history, even the way you phrase questions. It all affects what ChatGPT shows you. Testing while logged in is honestly like asking your mom if you're handsome. You're probably not going to get the real answer. And I hate to break that for those of you who just realized that. Now, just last month, I had a client who swore ChatGPT was recommending him constantly. He kept sending me screenshots showing his business at the top of every recommendation, but something felt off, so I decided to test it myself. I logged out completely, I used a different device, I even changed my location with a VPN. And when I ran the same searches that actual customers would run, his competitor was showing up every time. He wasn't getting recommended at all. He was just seeing personalized results. ChatGPT knew that was his business and was showing him his business to make him happy. So what I did was I started to develop a specific prompt that will force ChatGPT into incognito mode. Let me show you how it works. So here we are in my school community, and I'm just going to come down here and grab the prompt that I'm after. You can freeze frame and grab it here, or you can join the community and copy paste it yourself. But basically what we're doing is telling ChatGPT to ignore all of the prior communication with them. So if I said we are a local homeowner in Fort Wayne, Indiana, and looking for a plumber. And the reason we're doing this again is because if you chat with ChatGPT long enough and you are a plumber in Fort Wayne, Indiana, ChatGPT probably knows that you're a plumber in Fort Wayne. It knows your business name, it knows your business address. So if you just ask it, "recommend a plumber in Fort Wayne," ChatGPT is programmed to make its users happy. So it's going to recommend your business, knowing that it is your business, to try to make you happy. So we're trying to get it here to ignore all of that prior information and just give a clean recommendation so we can see how we're actually doing with ChatGPT's recommendations. And here are the 5 recommendations, and we can also see why those 5 made their list. And remember that 100 times traffic difference I mentioned between Google and ChatGPT? Now here's why that actually works in your favor. AI and Google actually want the same exact thing. They want trustworthy businesses that users actually recommend. Usually, if you master one, you're going to master both. There are a couple of small differences, but that's it. They're small differences. In fact, let me show you another prompt that asks ChatGPT to make a recommendation and then compares those recommendations specifically to Google and explains why it recommended them. Okay, back over at my school community, and again, I'm going to come on down here and I'll grab the second prompt and show you how it works. So here's the second prompt. I'm just going to paste it in here, and then again, we're going to make it Fort Wayne, Indiana, who needs a plumber. Now, ChatGPT can't access Google search results, so we are going to have to give it some additional information. So I just type Fort Wayne, Indiana plumber, and then we can see the results there. So I'm just going to use screen snip tool. and give that image to ChatGPT along with the prompt. And you can see we got Flowtech, Northside Plumbing, Summers Plumbing. That's pretty common that we'll see the same recommendations from ChatGPT that Google gives, especially if the top 3 in Google have Bing for Business listings. But here's the thing. Understanding how AI recommendations work doesn't actually matter if you can't get your clients ranking fast enough to capitalize on it. And that's where the real client retention secret comes into play. So while you're implementing this AI strategy, your competitors are still panicking about the future and clients are getting impatient with agencies that take months to show results. So that's why I developed a system that gets clients ranking in the top 3 Google Maps positions in just days, not months. When results come that fast, clients become believers immediately. They stop questioning your invoices and start asking how they can refer more customers to you because they're making money faster than they ever thought possible. So in my next video, I'm going to walk you through the exact 3-step system I use to rank local businesses so fast that some people think I hacked Google. And this is the client retention secret that keeps agencies growing while others struggle to hit their first 10K month. Click the video on your screen now, and I'll show you exactly how to get those lightning fast results that turn skeptical prospects into long-term clients.